Alright, gamers, degenerates, arch Linux user survivors, etc. Welcome. Strap in. This week on Linux News, we got Germany doing their best impression of China, apparently. Valve may be cooking up some fake consoles again. Arch websites under attack like DDoS attack, Dark Souls, and Linus Torvalds casually reminding us that he is Colonel Jesus with no resurrection plan. Let's go! You know, this is starting to sound like a tea channel at this point. Maybe I should get one of those Gucci couches like Jeffree Star and just start talking about, like, Linux news or something. I can't wait to start making fake apologies. I don't know. Maybe I could bring out the ukulele.
Present day. Present time.
So apparently Germany just woke up one morning and drank some expired milk or whatever they drink down there in Germany and said, you know what? Today I want to be a tumor. And I'll do this by, you know what? Let's just ban adblockers. Why, you may ask yourself? Because Axel, excuse my German, Axel Springer. Oh, wait, it's Axel Springer. Asshole Springer? Who cares? Same thing. Anyway, aka Europe's answer to EA games. Equivalent, basically. Well, I'm sorry, princess. I don't want to go into a website with 40 pop-ups about crypto casinos before even reading one article. Excuse me. Now, German courts, it's like, does blocking an ad count as copyright infringement? Bro, copyright infringement, I'm not even pirating your JPEG banners. I'm just making sure I don't get a virus from your sketchy Flash minigame ad. Meanwhile, in America, the CIA literally was like, please use adblockers so you don't get owned by a 14-year-old running a malware farm out of Roblox. Not literally, but the whole thing is that last year when YouTube decided to be like, hey, so now we decided to make this happened around last year. So last year, YouTube pretty much decided to say, hey, so we're gonna make blocking your ads against TOS. And that around that same time, like right exactly after they say that, US was like, hey, the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency was like, yeah, you guys should probably use an ad blocker to protect yourself online. And you know, when the CIA says that in America, you know that's when you're the fucking clown. But Germany is like, 9. You must watch the ad for a few fiat. 500 or go to jail. And you know, as this law gets passed, governments are gonna look at Germany and be like, hey, that's a kind of good idea. And then they're gonna try to put this all over the world, and boom. Like, art blockers are illegal worldwide. Just imagine that for a second. And you know, this Germany would technically be the second country. If this happens, they'll be the second country to actually make ad blockers illegal. First one following by China. China. Did I say it right? I don't give a fuck. Anyway, yeah, they're the first one to did this. Yeah, people are pretty pissed, but hey, it's China. What can you do? So our next news, people are basically kind of like panicking of what will happen to Linux when Torvalds decides to not really kick the leg, but when he decides to actually retire. Linus himself basically said, someone will figure it out or not. I don't care. That's the plan. No roadmap, no committee, just pure open source chaos. Pretty much how it went. And honestly, that's so on brand. Like, imagine a day when he steps down and the kernel devs just start crying. Ross devs panicking and Linus just sipping coffee and just say, hey bro, you got cope. You know, I don't even think that will happen. I feel like Linus is the type of guy who, like, he'll probably, like, if he ends up leaving or retiring, he'll probably leave and then he'll start roasting the code and be like, you know what, I'm coming back. So people are some people are actually worrying that the next maintainer might hate Ross or nuke years of work. Me, I think Linus it's petty enough that the next guy screws it up, he'll just lock back from retirement and just roast everyone. And, you know, post his commits and then go in the forum, the emo forums, as he always does. Then talk shit about Google's code, as he usually does. He probably will say something like that their code makes the world worse place or something. He actually did that not that long ago. But now let's talk about the real nightmare. Linux users' biggest nightmare. So the biggest nightmare that some people have been kind of talking about it not just in here, but in forums and Reddit, everywhere, is that they don't want that the next person to step in to actually try to force AI into our machines. So that's like the big like no. Imagining AI Clippy, but evil AI Clippy inside the kernel. Boo! Yeah, I'm gonna tell that story to my kids when they go to bed. That's gonna be like the campfire story. The day Linus almost left the kernel development. So, there's rumors that Valve's cooking up a new Steam console again. I call it fake news propaganda, probably propaganda from China. Referring to some recently leaks about the new Steam machine. I don't actually think this is Valve. I mean, it could be. Let's talk about it. So, the whole thing why I find this leak really questionable is because the leak shows that there's actually a Steam machine, but then the Steam machine it showed, first of all, the specs, the specs are a little iffy, but the other thing I want to highlight is that shows that the machine is running Windows 11 Pro, and let's be honest, Valve invested a lot of money into Proton and translation layers. They invested way too much money and time to just like abandon Linux. And the other thing is that he doesn't like Microsoft. He used to work at Microsoft. He talks so much shit. He's the guy with the company that says stick it to Microsoft. He made his own store and he challenged and beat the Microsoft store in the gaming sphere. This is not him. The other theory I could come up with is that this device is actually spoof. It's something that us Linux users tend to use when we're online. We tend to spoof things, so that could be another thing too. Or it could be a test that they're running on both to see which one performs better. So he could brag more about it. Think about it. The Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is it's a PC. It's a console you could carry everywhere, and it's the best Nintendo. I mean, the best Nintendo borrowing games. Wink, wink. The ultimate Nintendo console. Wink. You can't sue me, Nintendo. You're not the Church of Scientology. I think Valve, when it came to the Steam Deck, Valve kind of just woke up and was like, you know what? I'm tired of Nintendo monopolizing on the fucking on-the-go console, the handheld console industry. They're like, you know what? Let's just fuck shit up, just for shit and giggles. That's what I think Gabe was thinking. By the way, Nintendo, you can't sue me. I'm already broke. Ha! Finally, for the Arch Linux website has been under DDoS attack. That's right. The AUI has been going harder than the FPS and Cyberpunk's ray tracing out. For weeks, people couldn't really access packages, but honestly, half of you install the AUI like it's a sketchy dark web bazaar anyway. Like, Chrome bin malware ultimate tar. My point is that when there's a malicious package in the AUR, it's usually pretty obvious that it's a malicious package. But the Arch maintainers fixes not only the website being done, but when it comes to malicious packages, they do not fuck around. They take these packages right off before even other people can even notice it, really. So, to give you basically what happened is that these websites weren't accessible. Like, you couldn't access Arch forums and websites, and they weren't working. The AUR wasn't working at the time. It's fixed now, but it wasn't working. It's back online. This could be multiple things. It could really be DDoS, a malicious person, which I think is most likely. Or it can also just be bad code in the AUR helper. This actually happened in Manjaro. I don't know if you guys remember this, but a few years ago, Manjaro had the same issue, and it wasn't even like something malicious. I don't think this is really the Arch team or the project. It's just things that happen once in a while, But anyway, everything is back to normal, running safe, at least for me. I just check on it. Everything looks sweet. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, stay spooky, stay weird, and until next time.